Hey guys, how's everybody doing? All right, we're getting ready to go over to Twitter Spaces event. We have a simulcast. We did one, what is it, 2 weeks ago, and it was real fun. Anyway, I want you guys, whoever's watching me, to help me. We're going to pick fantasy high yield, so you guys can help me pick fantasy lineup. We each get 9, so I guess it's basically a baseball team. All right, so let's share the screen and remember to share the audio this time. Let's see, we'll share the entire screen and share the entire audio. All right, so let's go over there and see what Ambassador Kwan's doing. FHYL? FHYL. What does that mean, Marcus? FHYL. Is that a fund? I'll look it up. Let's get over to the X spaces so Ambassador doesn't get mad in case he's introducing us or whatever. He knows we'll be there, but still, we want to respect his time. I'll go over here. Come on. I can't believe freaking Trump tweeted. Gosh damn it. I mean, I'm not upset at Trump. Trump's, I don't hate Trump, but I hate tariffs. Tariffs are a dumb idea. I'm a free trader. I'm a Milton Friedman, Ronald Reagan free trade guy. Open it, let us trade with the world, and we'll beat your brains out. With capitalism. I mean, the tariffs are ignorant. Anyway, I'll stop ranting. Let's go get this thing on. But I mean, it's like I say, it's not an anti-Trump statement. I'm not saying anything bad about Trump. He's a good guy, whatever, doing a good job here and there, whatever. But the tariffs are just his worst idea. That's all I'm gonna say.
Michael or boo one of the picks, please raise your hand. We're happy to have you boo and heckle them just like we would at any other draft situation. Amy, how are you today?
Doing pretty well. See how much, my leverage trash portfolio is down a lot. And then my Roth IRA is not so much. And then actually my individual investing account is down the least. So at least in that aspect, we can see how each of my portfolios is holding up.
Yeah, it is good to be a little bit divested into multiple different things and not all eggs in one basket, right?
Yeah, also just don't be 100% into Ulti.
There you go. Hello, Max. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. It's nice to see all the other influencers out here. And just FYI, this is being simulcast. We are now, this is the second week. We're a multimedia empire. This is being simulcast on YouTube. I have my YouTube audience. And so I have guys in my comment section also that will be talking trash also.
Ah, nice. I like it. I like it very much. All right. We're going to give Income Architect just a minute or more to pop in here, and then we'll get started. I will do the proverbials first, just so that we get that out of the way. Here's the proverbial disclaimer. Everything discussed in the pit today is for educational and entertainment purposes only. None of this is financial advice or recommendations to buy or sell any security named. Each panelist is speaking only for themselves and not for an employer, an issuer, or any sponsors. Please do your own diligence and make a decision based on your own goals, risk tolerance, and financial situation, and always consult a professional before taking on risk. All right, with that out of the way, let's see. Parabolic, you got anything you want to riff on in time while I try to see if Income Architect is struggling or he's not going to be able to make it?
Well, we will look forward to seeing him, hopefully, right? No, not so much. Just wanted to let everyone know there will be time for Q&A at the end of the show. I believe if there is time, you'll let us know, right, Ambassador?
Yeah, there'll definitely be time. I'm not on a hard cap today. The only thing that awaits me is the gym, and as far as I'm concerned, that can wait forever, but I got to get there.
Oh, well, we hope you do, for your well-being, of course. Kenny, if you'd like to come up on this stage, we'd like to send a special invite your way. Sometimes we have a little bit of a technical difficulty getting people on and off, and if you find that we're still having a challenge, just pop out of the spaces completely and then come back in, and we'll give it another shot. But we're just glad you're here. Yeah, welcome, everyone.
All right, so I'm not get anything back from Brad. Maybe he'll pop in. He could be having some technical difficulties. Sometimes he does. He's out on the beach, the retired guy living the life, right?
Oh yeah.
But I will do this for the best heckle we get today. So for the person that pops up and gives us the best heckle, or one of the panelists the best heckle, I'm going to shoot them out some merch from Fire Funds. Those are the funds that Michael Venuto has created out of Tidal. I got a little merch, so pop on up, give a heckle, give a boo, or a yay, whichever you like, and we'll take it from there. So this is how it's going to work today. We have 3 panelists. There were going to be 4, but we have 3 panelists here. And what's going to happen is they're going to basically pick 9 ETFs, but it's going to happen in a draft order. So Max is first, Amy is second, and then right now Rachel will be third, and then Rachel will pick again. So we will snake. So it'll be Max, Amy, Rachel, Rachel, Amy, Max, and we'll go through that entire string until each panelist has selected 9 ETFs. So they're constructing a portfolio with 9 ETFs, with the caveat being that once one ETF is selected, it's not available to any other of the panelists. At the end, I'll go ahead and post their portfolio selections, and then you all can vote on them on X online. I'll put up the poll, and the winner will get a prize, and we'll just take it from there. Any questions from panelists?
Our panelists are muted.
Okay. Well, that must be no. I'm going to take it to no.
No questions here.
All right. So, Max, you're up first.
Rachel, it goes really fast. So have your pen and paper ready.
Okay.
All right, Max, you're up first. You have the first pick in the initial ETF draft. What are you selecting with your first round pick?
ULTY.
ULTY. All right, that's a yield max fund. Why is UTLY or ULTY your first pick?
Well, it's kind of my favorite fund. I have a few others, but it's my favorite fund, and so I use the assets under management as a tiebreaker because at the end of the day, this is going to be a popularity contest. I figure a lot of you guys like Alti also. So we'll see how it works out for me.
So you're going for the win, I take it, huh?
Hell yeah.
All right. Amy, you're up. What is your first round pick, or who is your first round pick?
BLOX.
BLOX. Now that's the X funds from David Nicholas, right?
Yes.
And why is that your number 1 pick?
I think it's one of the most interesting Bitcoin and crypto plays that we currently have for high income ETFs.
And is it creating a foundation for your fund here moving forward, or is it just that you like it and you like what it's doing?
I like it. We'll see what everybody else picks because I over prepared for this.
Awesome.
Not you, Amy. Never Amy over preparing for anything.
Right.
All right, Rachel, you're up next. What is your first round pick?
My first round pick is HOOW.
Yes.
My high conviction weekly pair.
Yes.
All right, so that's the Robinhood Granite share. Oh no, that's the Round Hill Robinhood fund, right?
Yes.
Now, is that particularly as a self-described yield chaser? Is that based on the yield?
Yes. As of 10/8, the distribution rate was 112%.
All right. Well, at least you know what you like. You're a lady of conviction, or as the song that we made, you're a girly of conviction for sure. All right. So a quick review. Mac's first round was Alti. Amy's first round was Blocks. Rachel first round was HOOY, or as retired on dividends would say, ooh, maybe, I don't know. I'm bad. That was just bad. I'm sorry. All right, Rachel, you're up
Wait,
first.
was that HOOY or HOOW?
HOOW.
Yes, HOOW.
All right, Rachel, you're up round 2, first pick. What is your selection?
Lady. PLTY, the powerhouse of premiums.
All right. Do you have a strong conviction on the underlying there also?
Yes, I love Palantir, and their annualized dividend yield for Plady is 80%.
All right, I see a pattern here. I can't say that I hate it. All right, Amy, you're up next. What is your second round pick?
BTGD.
Say that again, please.
BTGD. The
Oh,
Bitcoin Gold.
BTGD.
Nice.
All right, that's David Drzinski's fund, right?
Yes, mostly because I'm jealous I don't have room in it in my real life portfolio. I would really love to be in half gold, half Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so for those who don't know, that fund does not pay a distribution yield unless at the end of the year it's forced to by the RIC rules, but it is a fund that holds both gold and Bitcoin. Do you want to tell folks about it just a little bit since they may not be aware?
You know, I don't know that much about it myself, but I do know that with the plan for my portfolio for this one, I know that 9 is just a lot of income ETFs to have. So having some growth and non-distribution paying ETFs in a portfolio like this is a good thing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. For those that don't know, BTGD does their holdings based on futures, which allows them to leverage it without being leveraged entirely, because futures contracts are leveraged by themselves, which means that for every dollar you're investing, in essence, you're getting 100% exposure for the dollar in gold and 100% exposure for the dollar in Bitcoin. And they rebalance it anytime that it goes 5% out of whack. So in essence, you are always selling high, buying low on both equity, both of those stores of wealth, and it gets piled into one fund. And its 1 year anniversary comes in like 4 days, and the annualized yield so far for that, or the return on that, is well over 100%. So I don't hate that pick at all. All right, Max, you're up next. What is your second round pick?
My second round pick is WPay from our friends over at Roundhill.
All right, so that's the first fund of funds in here. Tell us a little bit about it and why it's your pick number 2.
Well, it has all the Roundhill stuff in it. Well, it's just because it's a different strategy. I'm trying to be diverse by strategy as well as by issuer. These guys use a little bit of leverage, but not too much, in my opinion. And they use swaps, and they just use a different kind of mechanism. And they do a little bit better in a runaway bull market. And I think my first pick would do comparatively better in a bear market. So I have one of each.
I see the strategy unfolding. All right, a recap of round 2. Rachel was first. She picked PLTY. Amy was second. She went with BTGD for some growth. And Max went with a fund of funds with a little bit of leverage on WePay. All right, I'm liking it so far. We're moving to round 3. This is where the picks start getting a little harder. The top 6 are off the board. Max, who's your first pick in round 3?
My first pick in round 3 is
that Max?
I'm sorry.
Max, you're up for the first pick in round 3.
My bad. I was on mute. All right. And I didn't really have a pick, and I was stalling. I was talking really slow. All right. My first pick in round 3 is EGGY.
Eggy.
Yeah.
All right. So that's not a typical pick. There's some people here may not be familiar with it. You want to give us a little background on Eggy?
Yeah, it's from our friends over at Nest Yield. I met them through our friends over at YieldMax, and I think it's sub-advised by YieldMax, and it does a nice job. What I like about Eggy is it balances return out with yield, and it's beating a lot of its peers. It's having a good run of it, so we're gonna give Eggy a shot.
All right. When you say its peers, what would you compare it to from a yield standpoint?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could compare it to. I just was comparing it to. Anything you compare it to, it's beating. I mean, I really like. I would compare it to other S&P type funds.
All right, so
I mean,
an S&P type yield then is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I compared it to Big Y, which is one I really like also. I shouldn't have told you guys that, but no one's going to pick Big Y, so it doesn't matter. and it's just spanking big Y. I mean, it's doing a really good job of balancing growth and income, and it's also not put it up against some other funds that I respect, and it's just had a good run. So I'm picking that one more based on past performance, which could be dangerous. I mean, but that one's just had a good run, so it's going to be my third pick.
All right. The past performance is what we know, so it's not a bad reason. Amy, you're up. Who's your pick in round 3?
Y Spy.
Y Spy. Okay, I see a pattern here. Why do you like the Y Spy over other S&P 500 funds?
So it pays weekly and it's leveraged S&P 500, and you are getting like I think it's like a 60% yield on that. So it's from Granite Shares, and it's mostly just because their YBST is not out yet. Otherwise, we would be going with that basket of funds. But for me, with leverage, the S&P 500 is pretty sure bet, at least for me, that it'll go up over time.
Yeah, and if you can get a nice strong leverage on the S&P 500, I don't hate that play. Nice selection. Rachel, you're up. Third round. What you got?
Coy, COYY.
Yes.
COYY. All right.
Yes.
So now you have 3 different fund providers here. Why COYY?
I like it because it's a way to capture crypto volatility in the form of income. And as of 10/8, the distribution rate was 145%.
Well, I can't argue with any of those statements. All truth statements. We're seeing a little pattern here. I see the aim. Each one of our panelists seems to be just a little different, which I really love. Parabolic, did you want to invite up crypto before we get to round 4, or shall I go with round 4?
Yes, round 4. It's a 9-round pick. I think it's best for us to let our panelists get through these selections, and
All
then
right.
we'll take speaker questions at the end of the show. Thanks.
Yeah, just in case you want to throw some trash out there, we'll see. If he does, raise up your hand because we'd love to hear a little bit of trash. Going into round 4, Rachel, you're up first.
Of course, as part of the Misty Mafia, it's Misty.
All right. So the tried and true, the OG Misty Mafia raises its head there. I'm not sure that any of us need an introduction to it, but how long have you been holding that?
A little over a year now.
Okay, a little over a year. So you have track record with it.
Yes.
All right, Amy, round 4, what is your selection?
BIGY.
Biggie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. For those who might not know what Biggie is, you want to give it a quick rundown?
So it's just Yield Max. It's a target 15 fund, and they choose the 50 top large cap companies. So it's up to their discretion, but it's kind of like, it's not the S&P 500, but it is diverse. So that's why I like it. Also, I don't normally go for something like Biggie because if you're going to get a 15% yield, you may as well go and look at all the SPY products.
Yeah, and it pays monthly, right? So that does not seem like it's down your center lane.
No, but I also know that Max likes it, so.
Oh, some gamesmanship. I love it. That's good. All right, Max, let's finish up round 4. Who are you taking?
Well, but you got me twice then, because really I wanted Y Spy in my last round. I just had a brain fart. I should have taken Y Spy. I was sick when you said Y Spy. Oh my gosh. I love that freaking one. All right. I'm going to take NVDY. I like crypto adjacent exposure and AI adjacent exposure, and in NV, or actually, no, let me take that back. I'm going to take NV something. Let's go with NV2. NV2 from our friends at Rex for a good balance of growth and income.
All right, so you faked us out with NVDY from Yield Max, and you settled on NVII from Rex Shares.
Yes.
Can I just ask you why you made that switch from the Yield Max version to the Rex Share version?
I want NVIDIA exposure, and I just had I'd like to get a fund from all the companies I like. I'm just trying to use the ones I talk about. These are just the companies and the these are the option strategies I think are the best. Especially the Rex, and I'm thinking more based on the option strategy. So, but this one was also to get NVIDIA exposure, and I just like Rex because they have half of the upside is totally uncapped, so it should do all right on NAV.
Yeah, you are 100% right. I agree with you. NVIDIA, I mean, still the GOAT in my mind, so I would want exposure to NV in some way. And with the rec shares, you are getting a bit of leverage, which you and I have talked about. We like that, but also they're leveraged on the upside at 62.5% and on the covered call at 62.5%. So you're getting a little taste of leverage on both ends. So you're getting the income juice and the upside juice. I don't hate that pick at all, my friend. All right, so we're in end of round 4. I'm going to recap. Max so far has in order Alti, WePay, Eggy, and NVII. Amy has Blocks, BTGD, YSpy, and Biggie. I got to say, I'm surprised by the Biggie pick, but we're going to trust that she knows what she's doing. And then Rachel, with no surprise, she has HOOW, PLTY, COYY, and then Misty Mafia raises his head with MSTY. So that's where we stand after round 4. Did we want to let crypto in for a second here before we move on to round 5?
Do you have any trash to talk crypto?
Trash. I mean, not a ton of trash. I'm just so happy Big Y just made an appearance. I mean, I don't know if you saw my heart. So my thumb started to hurt by hitting it so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, hang in there because something might come up that you gotta go. You gotta say something about. So we're moving into round 5. Max, you are up first with your pick in round 5. All right. So a little more crypto exposure with a basket, right? All right, we're seeing a little pattern here, Max. We'll see if you keep that up. All right, Amy, you're picking round 5.
SLTY.
SLTY. Now, is that for hedge purpose, or do you just like to have something in the inverse?
Yes. So SLTY is basically hedging against the triple Qs, and the way that I normally build my portfolios, yes, we do need just a little bit of hedging in there so that we don't dive off the edge when there's a reverse in the market. So SLTY.
Plus, you're looking at it being at all-time highs, keeping on breaking all-time highs. So you want to make sure that you got a little bit of protection there. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah, and it's just good portfolio building to have just a little bit of a hedge, not too much, not over hedged, just hedged.
All right, I like it. I gotta say, I do like that. Rachel, round 5. What's your pick?
Yes, Max, thank you for taking back NVIDIA because that's my number 5 pick.
Wow, you escaped on that one, right?
Yeah, by the skin of my teeth. When he said NVIDIA, I was like, oh no.
All right, again, is this play or this pick based on your conviction for the underlying?
Yes, and I like that it taps into NVIDIA's volatility.
I don't hate that pick at all. All right, so round 6, we're into it. Rachel, you're first.
SMCY.
SMCY. All right, so that's the that's not Taiwan. That's super microcomputers, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the issues that they've had with accounting and all the family turmoil of buying from each other and pumping up the price, none of that worries you?
No.
All right.
I just like that it's consistently paying me over $1, usually per month. But now that it's going to be weekly, that should be interesting. And it usually was paying the same week as Misty, so I feel like it got overshadowed by Misty. But it's a really strong payer.
And no matter what the situation is, they have weathered both times they've quote unquote got caught with their hands in the cookie jar and still continue to perform both from a tactical standpoint within the space of the chips and the housing of them, but also just from share price. So I don't hate that at all. Amy, we're on to you. Round 6. What are you selecting?
SPY.
SPY. All right. So now this is the second, give or take, exposure to the S&P. What makes you pick that one?
If I could only invest in one thing ever, one ticker, it would be SPY. You could do leaps, you could do cover calls on those leaps, you can do put spreads, call spreads. There's enough volume to do whatever investing, like whatever income you need, SPY has it. So I think it's a very, and you can just own it and you're getting the market. Like you're not beating the market, you are the market. So I, when given the choice, prefer basket of stocks, SPY, S&P 500. So, yeah.
Your picks are so grounded and not like aggressive. I am surprised, I must say.
At the end of this, I'll tell you what my initial reaction to this was because it's more funny, but I wanted to do this.
All right.
And what I would actually do given some thought.
Perfect. I can't wait to hear that. But we got to finish out the rounds because the last 3 rounds are going to be more interesting because a lot of the big names are off the board. So we'll see where we go. Max, you're up in round 6, and then you're first in round 7. Just so that you're aware, round 6. What are you picking?
Yeah, thanks for the general reminder there, Ambassador. No, I appreciate it. I'm going to pick triple Qs. I mean, I wasn't going to do regular stocks, but listening to Amy's logic, I mean, you're basically, I would say the triple Qs are even more so basically the market nowadays, but whatever they're, so I'm going to take triple Qs for some growth.
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at a little bit higher volatility, possibly a greater returns than the SPY. So I don't hate that at all. It also falls along your kind of basket pick so far. At least you're being consistent there. I like it, Max. Okay, you're first in round 7. What you got?
Yeah, I'm nothing if not consistent. That's all I do is repeat myself all the time. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. No, so I said I was done with crypto, but I'm not. I like crypto a lot more than I realized. I really like the fund Baggy, and I really like Biddy also, but I'm going to choose Baggy because it has a higher yield. But that's a good looking fund. BAGY.
Okay, so for those who aren't that familiar with Baggy, what is its strategy and what does it trade on?
It's been so long since I've reviewed it. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I just know I have something called the max factor. I look at risk adjusted return.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Yeah. So you want to tell people about your max factor while we take a little break here and give Amy a second before she has her pick?
It's just a metric. If you've watched my show, it's just a metric that measures risk adjusted reward. Traditional measures are these high yield funds, because they pay so much yield, they mess up traditional metrics. I try to make a metric they didn't mess up. Anyway, Baggy always ranks high, but from my memory, it pays. I think Biddy's a target fund of 2% a month, and Baggy's a target fund of 3% a month. And I think they own a basket of crypto stocks and sell covered calls on them. I mean, that's if it's been probably 6 months since I reviewed it. And I also picked it to try to keep it away from Rachel. She likes these big, and that's a good Bitcoin one. Maybe she was going to pick it. I'm trying to pay back the favor.
I like it. We're starting to get to the trash talk in the block portion of the draft. I like it. All right, Amy, you're up next, round 7. What's your selection?
BITX.
BITX. All right.
So it's not, we don't think of it as a high income ETF, but it is a 2x leverage of Bitcoin, and it does pay a 10% monthly distribution yield. So at the end of the day, because it resets daily, you're not really getting a 2x. You might get like a 1 point something x of Bitcoin, but I'll take 1 point something x and 10% distribution yield. So
Yeah, I think that's a really great point. Do you mind unpacking a little bit why a 2x fund, because it basically reconstitutes itself each day, does not wind up being, if you're holding it long term, a 2x fund?
yeah, it's like theta decay, and it doesn't, because you also, when there's a down market, you get the outsized down. So by the time you're recovering and everything, that's why they say half of the battle of being in stocks is just don't lose money, because if it goes down 50%, it has to go up 100% to be exactly where you were before. So by the time, with all the volatility of Bitcoin and everything, at the end of the day, given enough time, you'll win out, but it might be scary there for a little bit. But
Yeah, that's a great point and a great way to describe it. I appreciate that very much. All right, Rachel, you're up last in round 7. What do you got?
I want to say I love how grounded Max and Amy are, where I am a total wild card in this situation. but my number 7 is Yield Max Hooey, HOOY.
All right, so you're doubling up on the Robin Hood. Is that indicative of your belief in the underlying there in Hood?
Yes, and the fact that they were added to the S&P 500 just doubles down on my conviction.
If Max is consistent, you are even more consistent. I like it very much. Let me recap before we get into the 2 toughest rounds with now 21 ETFs off the board. It's going to be a little more difficult. Let's go ahead and review. Max so far has an order of rounds: Ulti, WePay, Eggy, NVII, LFGY, the Triple Qs, and Baggy. Amy, starting with round 1, went with Blocks, BTGD, YSpy, Biggie, Salty, just plain Spy, and then BITX. And then Rachel coming in with HOOW, PLTY, COYY, the Misty Mafia, Misty, the GOAT Nvidia, SMCY, and she's rounded out round 7 with HOOY. All right, so last 2 rounds here. Go ahead, and the pickings are getting a little slimmer. Rachel, where are you at in round 8?
Yes, YBTC.
YBTC. All right, and you are a Bitcoin girly, so is it simply that, or is there something specific you like about this fund?
Yeah, I think that it's a perfect hybrid between my Bitcoin maxi mindset and my income investing strategy.
All right. Amy, you're up round 8. What do you have?
we'll go with the WiMAX.
WiMAX.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been taken
you.
before now, but it say what you will about Bernie, it is one of the more diversified offerings from YieldMax. It's a consistent pay, and the NAV hasn't been totally destroyed.
To throw in penalty flag to CryptoFit. Speakers allowed for trash talk only, sir.
No applauding, only trash. All right. Max, you're gonna wind up round 8 and start off round 9. What do you have for round 8?
All right. I'm starting to. I'm always convinced by the other panelists more than myself. Amy's idea about using SPY because you can do anything on it. It's the greatest asset in the world. Well, the greatest asset in the world of the next 100 years is IBIT, because that's also super liquid. It's the SPY of Bitcoin. So I would take that just so I can sell put spreads on it, sell call spreads, sell iron cotton, or do whatever you want. I mean, that's super liquid. It's and it's a great trading vehicle. And then, oh, do you want to ask me a question about that, or did you want me? I'll just give you the next pick.
No, I was just going to insert. I love IBIT, trade options on it weekly. Cannot wait till it goes daily.
Yeah,
it will be the cash cow going forward. I am with you on that 100%.
Yep. And I forgot who my next one was. Oh yeah,
Okay, this is the last pick.
Yeah, I know.
Carefully, my brother.
I got it. I remember now. And this is also influenced by Amy. I wasn't going to use inverses, but in real life, I do have 12 to 13% inverse right now. So it makes sense in this draft also to have 10% if these are equal thing of inverse. And I really like Y triple Q.
Y triple Q. All right. So those who aren't familiar, I know you said it was inverse, but can you just unpack that just a little bit?
Sure. You've heard of, okay, instead of selling covered calls, they sell covered puts. So a covered call is long stock plus a short call option. Covered puts just the reverse transaction. It's where you short stock and sell an out of the money put. And anyway, it does the same thing a covered call does, except on the downside. Just like a covered call, if it goes down a lot, it'll get capped. It's the same thing as a covered call in reverse.
And that's going to be your like little hedge play there on your portfolio, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent pick for the 9th round. That's a banger. Amy, you're up. Last pick. Make it wisely.
Okay, I'm be a little boring, but KGLD.
What? Say that again, please.
KGLD, the curve gold one.
Oh, just GLD. Okay.
No, the letter K, GLD, yeah.
The curve.
Yeah.
Gold. Got it. Okay.
The curve gold.
Yep.
It has really good total returns compared to basically all of the other gold high income ETFs, and I'm sticking with the theme of Bitcoin, gold, and the S&P 500.
All right, I like it. Last pick in this round, and then I have a wild card to throw in there for each of the fun people there. I think it's going to be fun. I didn't prep any of them on this, so I'm hoping it's going to be fun. But before we get to that, Rachel, you're up with the last pick in the 9th round.
TSLW.
Please say that one more time.
TSLW.
Okay.
That is Tesla's weekly round hill.
Yep, that's the round hill. That's the one with 120 on the leverage.
Yes.
I sound like a broken record, but is that based on the conviction with the company Tesla?
Yes, and a super high distribution rate.
Yeah. I feel like I'm asking you the same question each round, and it's exactly the same. All right. So let me go through these one last time, and then I'm going to throw a wild card into each of the contestants there, and then we'll open it up for any of the audience members who have questions about the selections or maybe about a fund that they didn't know about that they want to learn a little more about. But here we go. Starting in reverse order, Rachel has HOOW, PLTY, COYY, MSTY, NVDY, SMCY, HOOY, YBTC, and TSLW. Rounding out her high yield, maximum yield portfolio. Clap to you. Amy is up next. She started with blocks. Then she added BTGD, YSPY, Biggie, Salty, the regular SPY, BitX, Yield Max, and then KGLD. And then Max started with first pick, first round, Alti, WePay, Eggy, NVI squared from RexShares, LFGY, Triple Qs, Baggy, iBit, that's the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, and then YQ, and the inverse on the Qs. All right, I like what everybody's done here. Here is the absolute wild card. Rachel, since you had the last pick, you get the first. Here's what you get to do. You can steal a fund from either Amy or Max, but you have to then replace it with one of yours if you'd like to do that. So you can steal a fund that somebody else picked, but then you'll have to replace it and put one of yours back on the board. Are you going to stand with your picks, or do you want to steal one?
I'm standing firm at my picks.
All right, she's standing firm. All right, the white elephant round is here. Amy, are you standing firm, or are you going to take one from somebody else?
While I love all of my picks, I'm going to steal MSTY from Rachel and give her Biggie.
And all right, so she gets MSTY and Biggie goes back on the board. All right, so MSTY, Rachel, you are out on Misty. Do you want to take Biggie, or do you want to pick something off the board, or you want to take something from Max?
I'll take Biggie. I think that's fair.
All right, Biggie is going into your ranks. Max, you're up last in the white elephant portion of this. You want to stick with your 9 picks, or do you want to steal one from one of the other panelists?
I want to steal Y Spy. I like
Y Spy?
Yeah.
And what are you giving up?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far in advance yet. So I'm trying to think which one I like the least. That iBit was probably not the best idea. We'll do iBit. I'll give up iBit.
Okay, iBit is out. Y Spy is in for you. And Amy, do you want to take iBit, or do you want to go off the board, or do you want to steal from somebody else?
I don't want to pick on Rachel. This is the first time we've actually talked, and I really do like your portfolio, Rachel. So I'll take iBit because I'm not afraid of doing my own options.
Yeah, I know you're not. You actually do them really well. All right, so iBit is in, and QQ or our Spy is out, because you could do basically the same things with iBit as you could with Spy, right?
Yes. Given enough capital, we're good.
All right. So here's where we just kind of go around the panel. We get to hear their meaning or the reason for building the portfolio as they did. And also it's time for any of the audience to come up and either ask a question about a specific fund, about the way that they set it up, or just say hello and make sure that we all know. Remember, the best comment up here or the best trash talking is going to get some merch from Fire Funds. That's Michael Venuto's funds out of Tidal. All right, so I'll start in reverse order. Rachel, do you like your picks? Do you like your portfolio? And did it reach or meet what you were trying to accomplish?
Absolutely. I love it. As I've said before, high conviction and high yields are a match made in heaven.
All right, so let me ask you this question. Do you hold, outside of Biggie, because you were quote unquote forced to accept it, are all the other funds in here actually in your real portfolio?
Yes.
All right, so you didn't have to go far from the farm to make your portfolio here.
No.
All right. All right, if you were picking all over again, would HOOW still be your first pick?
Yes.
All right. You know, you can answer with more than one word. It's okay. All right.
Yes, I just tried to go with the ones that I have the most conviction and the ones that I love the most from my personal portfolio.
Makes perfect sense. All right, Amy, you are up next. Do you like the portfolio you have? Did it meet what you were trying to pick? And why did you go more conservative than I know that you are in the real world?
Well, okay, the reason I went more conservative is because when I first heard about this, my 9 picks were MS2, MST, MSTY, MTYY, MSTW, MSTR, IMIST, MSTX, and STRF. So, I couldn't do that to you though. I didn't want to be just strategy the entire way. So, I think that this is just a good balance of believing in Bitcoin and gold and the S&P 500, and it's something I aspire to have in my portfolio.
I think that whether you did it on purpose or not, you have made an excellent point that I'd just like to stop and unpack a little bit, and that is our investing journey is going to have more than just one chapter, and that in that it's okay if you change portfolio makeups or you add or you take out and you adjust your risk tolerance or strategy along the way. I mean, me being an old guy, I've done that multiple times in my life. Would you agree that makes sense, Amy?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone from I'm making over $100,000 a year at my day job, and this is just like I'm making some money on the side, to like, oh no, I have no job, and now I need it to not actually go to zero because I'm living off of it. So that'll make someone more conservative.
Yeah, it definitely, and it's okay, meaning you don't have to feel guilt about changing your risk tolerance, your strategies. You are walking through real life, and that is important. And I mean,
it's also as you have more capital, as your wealth gains. Like I went from a $20,000 portfolio. Now I'm at like almost $200,000. Of course, I'm going to be a little more conservative. I don't want it to go down.
Yep. All right, Max, we're on to you. Do you love your portfolio? Do you have some regrets? Is it kind of what you wanted to set up? What are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I think it's good. I just kind of used the same method I do on my channel or in real life. I was just when I was making it, I was trying to pick ones that had that if, I like high yield too. A lot of those ones had super high yield. Alti was my number one pick, but I'm also trying to pick ones that that do it in a that get the yield in a smart way as far as the option strategy goes. And so I tried to. That's why I had ones. That's why I had some kind of steady ones in there. That's why I chose EGGY. It pays a lower yield, but it has a better balance. Anyway, I think that would be fairly representative to my own model portfolio. I have about 20 stocks in my model portfolio, but all of the ones that I said today are in my model portfolio too, because I have YSPY, WPay. Yeah, I don't have Baggy. I don't have BAGY. But anyway, so it's basically my model portfolio.
I like it. Amy, you got your hand up?
So, Max, we've shared this space a few times, so I've gotten to know how you and Brad think a little bit. So, when I was going through all these high income ETFs, I was assuming Brad would do EGGY, but he's not here. And I was a little surprised that you didn't do either QLDY or KQQQ.
Well, yeah, I thought about KQQQ right there at the end. I agree, and Brad would have definitely done EGGY. In fact, I did EGGY because I heard Brad say how badass it was yesterday. I hadn't checked out EGGY in a month or something. I pulled up a chart of EGGY, and I'm going, holy cow, Brad's absolutely right. So I was thinking about that today, but also I was also trying to game the system. You guys are going to vote on it, so I was trying to pick the lightning spread. No one else likes that except me. I mean, you're right. I like that. But one thing that's new. So I was trying to go with funds that are both popular and have a good balance of risk and reward.
All right. I like it. Parabolic, I'm going to put you on the spot, and then Crypto, you're next. If you had to vote publicly right now, which portfolio are you voting for?
Okay. No history with any of the panelists considered in this decision. Without apologies, I vote for Rachel's portfolio.
Now, is that based on the high yield and the way she structured that?
Yep, it's based on her level of degenerate.
I love it. It's honest. I can say that. All right, CryptoFit, you're up. You got to vote publicly right now.
Oh man, I'm going Max, and I have trash talk for him. Max can't believe you didn't pick FEPI, SEPI, AIPI, and because he picked Alti is the reason he's my winner. And then now I think in the end he has IBIT. So technically, my philosophy: high yield for income, saving Bitcoin. So that meets it. I vote Max. But man, Mrs. Roundhill was very close.
All right, I like that. I like the trash. I think we've DM'd before, but DM me so I can shoot you out some fire merch. And this will be the time. Anybody else who wants to give a vote or make a comment, please raise your hand. Come on up and give in your 2 cents before we wrap up today.
Hey, don't I get to go? Isn't it my turn next? You asked the other panelists. I thought
the panelists want to vote. I just figured they'd vote for their own, so there was no need to ask. But Max, go for it.
Oh, no, I thought we were all doing comments, and you asked. Well, anyway, I want to. I'm sorry. I guess what I wanted to do is respond. I'm wearing my FEPI shirt, so I do like FEPI, and I did think about SEPI. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were voting. I thought we were still commenting.
Oh no, you can comment anytime you like, Max.
Well, that's my comment. Is I have my FEPI shirt on, and yeah, I probably should have taken FEPI or SEPI, and I did think about SEPI during the show.
All right.
Yeah, I also like Rachel's portfolio. It's degenerate, but it's also well balanced, considering it's only 9 funds. So I did have to steal back Misty though, because I'm a Misty girl.
We do have brother. Oh, sorry, Rachel. Did I interrupt?
No, I just wanted to say thank you guys for acknowledging the degeneracy of my choices and my picks. I appreciate it.
Yes, good picks. Good picks overall. This is a great show. We have Brother AB on stage. Welcome.
Thanks, Parabolic.
Yes, welcome.
Greetings, everybody.
Greetings.
But I would say my portfolio mostly overlaps with Max and Amy's picks. Rachel threw in a lot of good stuff that's not currently held by me, but based on my track record as being a Don in the Misty Mafia, Amy gets my vote this time.
Cool.
Very nice.
Very cool.
All right. So while we're waiting to see if anybody else wants to come up and cast a vote here before we throw it out on X.
I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead, Max.
I'm losing control of my comment section. In my comment section, they're talking about Amy too. I got a comment that says "Team Bad Financial Decisions" with thumbs up and hearts or whatever. Anyway, I can't really tell what the emoji is, but it's a nice emoji. So I'm losing control of my own comment section. But anyway, so put in that vote. My comment section is going to vote for Team Bad Financial Decisions.
Nice. Looks like we have somebody requesting to come on up.
Okay. Yes, Demetrius. Let's get you up here. You're on stage. Go ahead and unmute. Welcome. Oh. Hi. Hey, Demetrius.
Oh, hey. I was going to say I appreciated Rachel's pick on those three. I mean, I liked all of them, but I like Rachel's.
Nice. Do you have a portfolio that somewhat mirrors that, or is yours a little different, Demetrius?
Mine is very similar. I don't have many, but I've been trying to be more well-rounded instead of just the yield mats. I like how everyone blends theirs for different reasons, so it was good to listen in.
That's awesome, man. And I'm so happy, so glad that you came up on stage as speaker. So if you're inclined, I'd love to send you out some fire merch from Tidal. So if you want to, go ahead and DM me. If not, I totally understand. But if you'd like some, my brother, just go ahead and. All right.
So can I say something? I just wanted to say thank you. All of our portfolios all of our picks have been amazing, and I love that we are able to come together and feed off of each other and be able to share our picks and why we chose these picks. So thank you for saying that, Demetrius. I really appreciate it.
That's nice, really. Okay, so as we wrap up, what I wanted to do is kind of go around the table and make sure each of the panelists has a moment to let us know what's going on with their content, with their channels, and also make sure that people know how to follow them and be partaking. Parabolic, you got anything coming up this week?
Let's see. Well, we have the show on Sunday, the Oldie Playbook show on Sunday.
Okay, are you hosting anything yourself there? Anything fun?
My next show is on the 23rd, so nothing coming up this week.
All right, but make sure you go ahead and give Parabolic a follow on X. She puts out some great content and has super good information. Definitely worth the thumb press to go ahead and give that a follow. Rachel, you want to give us your channels and let us know what's coming up in the near future?
Yes, I'm very active on here on X. If anyone listening has any questions, you are more than welcome to message me. Also, my YouTube channel is Yield and Grace, and I'm trying to consistently put videos out there on YouTube as well as here on X.
And your X is also Yield and Grace?
Yes.
All right. Love that. Hop on over to the tube and give her a sub.
Yep.
Let's get her to the place where she can get monetized there too.
Yes, we have everybody's, all of the panelists' socials are in the nest. If anybody would like to get quick links, you can just drop into the thread.
You are absolutely the best. All right, Max. Thank you for streaming this on YouTube. I hope that it makes good content for you. And what do you got going on, and what would you like to share with the audience?
I just hope I can keep control of my own comment section next time. These guys are rebelling on me. Now, I did get a vote. I did get a vote for myself out of my comment section too. No, what I'm working on, and I'm working on it right now, or not right now, but working on it today, and I'm trying to get it out today, is a first look at BITK. from Tuttle, and that's the one that you guys probably are aware of. I almost picked that. I really thought Rachel might pick that. But anyway, so I almost thought about picking it defensively, but then I thought it might cost me votes too if I got, anyway. But no, I'm really interested in what they're doing. I'm always interested in what sacrifice these funds are making mathematically in return for the yield, and I'm going to evaluate that, and there's not a lot of data on it, but we're gonna look at it. A first look at the video will hopefully be out this afternoon.
DIPK is earning like a 300% yield. Was that like a fluke?
Well,
because it was the first distribution.
You have to watch my. Yeah, I think it was a fluke, but the second video was $1. The second payment was $1.50, so it was only a third. So the first payment was $1.50. Maybe they just paid a lot to get people's attention. The second payment was 50 cents, but still, if you add 50 cents, $1.50, it comes to more than 200%. It's no longer 300%. I think it'll settle down, but I have a theory on how they're doing it, and that's going to be in my video.
Awesome.
All right, and if you don't follow Max on the tube, hop on over there. He goes live at least twice, if not 3 times a day, and they get into the minutia of options trading and back testing, and it's well worth the time to at least learn about it so that you're a better informed investor. Amy, what you got going on today, and what's happening with all these changes with your YieldMite website?
Yeah, so I am the creator of YieldMite.com. It is a high-income ETF comparison tool. I have had to disable the comparison on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for now because YieldMax just announced their changes, and next week they're going to be doing a lump sum payment. I just don't want you all to think that Murney is a good investment option, so we're disabling that until it's normalized out a little bit. But for the most part, if you put in the amount of money that you want to invest, it tells you how much your distribution would have been based off of how many shares that would buy. So go check that out if you like investing in high-income ETFs. And then I am Bad Financial Decisions on YouTube. And I also have Financial Philharmonics on YouTube, which is AI music that I post every once in a while about personal finance issues. And I'm here on Twitter, nominally. The Ambassador Kwan gets me into Twitter Spaces sometimes, and I'm trying to get better at actually posting stuff on Twitter. So please follow me, and I'll try to follow you back. And yeah.
All right, I think that you're being really shortchanging yourself with YieldMite. There are some amazing tools on that, comparative tools, ability to sort and look. So when you're thinking about either taking funds out or adding funds to it, it gives you an opportunity to judge them and see them side by side, different providers, different genres. Do you want to speak to some of those unique features and characteristics, Amy?
Yes, so we have a filter section off to the side, but you can also click on advanced options and it gives you different modes. Like I want to get this much in distributions, and then the cards will tell you how much you need to invest in each one of those to get it that distribution amount in the time period that you want it. Or you say, I want to buy 100 shares. It'll tell you how much it would cost you to get 100 shares of each of these stocks. And then we have comparison. So you can just say, I want to know everything about crypto, and it'll sort it by highest distribution to lowest. And then you can actually upload your own portfolio, and it'll give you estimations for what you would get over a week, month, and year. So those are just different modes that you can have that help you in your high income investment journey.
And for all of these bells and whistles and capacity to figure out what you want to do, how much does it cost?
It's free for now. It'll be free forever, but you can also, buy me a coffee or a sandwich. But soon, hopefully, I'll be getting sponsors for YieldMite. And when there's advertisement on the website, then I will offer to allow people to pay to not see advertisement on the website. And then with that will be some premium features to make it more worth your time to subscribe to it. So my goal is for it to be mostly free for everybody for the basic use forever. But I haven't had a job since August, so I'm just trying to make enough money so that this is sustainable.
Hey, there should never be any hate for people monetizing their work and their time and effort. It's things. And the last question there: are you planning a mobile version of this?
Yes, I need to get the API to work, and then it'll be ready, and we can just put it on both iOS and Android. It's already built. It's just the API portion that I need to actually sit down and get it to work.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. I think it's awesome. All right, we ran up right against the hour. It's almost perfect timing. I'm so grateful for the panelists, Parabolic, Max, Rachel, Amy. Thanks so much for participating. I hope that y'all in the audience had a good time, even though a lot of you didn't participate. I hope that you had a great time. If you did come up on stage, DM me. I'm happy to send you out some Fire Funds merch if you would like it. If not, no worries at all. But with that said, I don't see any other hands up. Parabolic, do you?
Not on this end, nope.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up right in an hour. Perfect timing. I want to thank you very much. And if you've been to any of my spaces, you know that I close my spaces with prayer. So if this is something that you're either not comfortable with or just doesn't fit for you, I completely understand. This will be a great time for you to go ahead and gracefully bow out. With that said, once I'm done praying, if anybody has some questions, at least specifically for
All right, guys, you still there? I'm sorry. I just left the prayer early. It's 8 minutes. I do prayers with them. We did the prayer with them last week. But anyway, this week I thought we'd just go off and do our own little thing. All right, let's see what's going on in the market. Am I sharing the screen? Let's see here. Is this screen shared? All right. I was just joking when I said I lost control of my comment section. Amy's picks, honestly, were as good as mine. Amy's a sharp cookie. She's, I mean, or I don't know that she's data driven and I like data driven and so anyway, and she is a sharp cookie too. So anyway, okay. So a couple of things we're going to talk about really quick. Let's look at the market. This market's making me angry. I mean, gosh, damn it. I mean, because at first the Dow wasn't even down 1%, and now the Dow's down 1.5%. I mean, they're still dropping. So, and it's Friday. It's probably going to keep dropping. I hope it doesn't, but a close on the lows is what we're trying to avoid. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, all right. Well, let's look at some other stuff. Or is there anything you guys want to talk about? We can. But yeah, thanks for being here. I'm probably going to start simulcasting that. Sorry, I was playing my guitar. I wasn't strumming it. I wasn't playing it where it was audible, but I use it like a fidget spinner. It keeps my hands busy. Anyway, all right. So let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at Crypto Quartet and see how bad this is going. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's talk about it first. How do we think it's going to go? You think blocks are going to be number one? President Trump, hang on, he's tweeted again. Oh, it's the same tweet. Calculating massive increase of tariffs on Chinese products in the U.S. All right. All right, I'm going to say it's going to be blocks LFGY Alti as far as down the most. I think blocks will probably be down the most. Nothing against blocks, but that's just what I think. So let's see how it works out. So Alti is down. Gosh darn it. Are you serious? Oh, 1.5. I saw 3 something. Yeah, I clicked on this. So the average stock is down 3.6. Alti itself is down 1.56. Man, I had my portfolio going so well, and then GDXY went down yesterday. It's coming back a little bit, but now and then this happened. I'd worked my way all the way up to like 13% up anyway. I'm going to be only up like 8% after this is said and done. But anyway, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. I guess my YQQQ might offset a little bit of it, and the income will buffer it too. Okay, so LFGY is down more than Alti, and we would expect that because they sell call spreads. So they have, it's a couple of reasons, but they're down more. I hate to see it, but and then blocks. Oh my God, I bet blocks and WPay are just getting slaughtered. Previous day blocks, allocation changes, blocks. Is this it? Is this it? No, where is blocks? Here's block. Yeah, here's blocks. Now, the average stock is down 4. It's down 3.8, catching all of that downside because, like I always say, this fund, it gets extra upside, but that also means it gets extra downside. Conventional cover call funds get less upside but less downside. This one is flipping the equation on its head. I wonder how bad BITK is down today. Let's go check out BITK, the one I'm doing the freaking the one I'm writing the story on. Would you look at that? It's anyway. I mean, it's whatever. Crypto's down. What do you expect? How bad is crypto down? We haven't really looked at crypto at Bitcoin. How bad this is affecting Bitcoin? 2.8%. Well, I mean, Bitcoin, I mean, a few days ago, I did say on this bar, so that was 4 days ago, I said, this is the crypto's giving the look of a failed breakout, you know, and sure, and it hasn't, and it's still giving that look. It never did take back the old high. It tried to on the very next day, couldn't take it back, and then fell the next day. That this day was what you call a retest. Anyway, that would have been a great sell signal. You could have bought puts in IBIT, and you'd be doing really nicely. Anyway, so, but the thing I'm trying to get at is crypto an advanced warning mechanism? Crypto didn't know Trump was going to tweet, but it's not always just because Trump tweeted. Lots of times it's because the market uses the tweet as an excuse for something it had coming anyway. Maybe the tweet makes it happen faster. So maybe we need to start paying more attention to Bitcoin as a leading indicator. I do remember that Bitcoin turned around and started going up faster than the market, and it seemed like the market followed Bitcoin up, and now it seems like it's following it down. Now, I know it was a Trump tweet, but like I said, so Misty's down 3.6, Google down 1.8, Mr. 3.8, Tesla's down 4. We've had a good run the past couple of weeks. It's just undoing the good run we've had. So, oh well, hopefully people will buy the dip. Are you guys worried about this? I'll come over and talk to you guys in the comments. Good buying opportunity. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate it. There was 10 of you guys most of the whole time just watching me play guitar and stuff. But I think it may be a good service. So maybe for somebody that doesn't have Twitter. There are some people that don't want to mess with Twitter, and they see it on YouTube and they pop in. So we'll probably keep doing it. I kind of like it. Because I like having you guys. I like being able to talk to you guys because I like that show, but it's just so boring. That's why I pick up the guitar. There's so much time in between. We do that show every Friday, but you talk for like a minute and then you don't talk again for, 4 minutes. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll try to be back at the end of the day. I mean, I think I'll be back at the end of the day. Maybe let's make it 5 Eastern like yesterday. I've been doing it a little bit later because we'll see how that works out. So I'll see you at 5 Eastern. Have a great day.